exactly the keyword, the partnering or the clustering as we talk about. People or companies or academia or societies, institutions having the same target, the same interest in this, needs to come together in a structured way and operate the agenda of energy efficiency for us. Now, this is why the lean energy cluster for us is an excellent, a brilliant example of having gathered people and companies and institutions that share the same targets. Now, we operate with energy efficiency, in particular, well, I am at least, inside of buildings. But we have multiple applications, like within refrigeration, within smart grid systems, where it makes sense not to run our own agenda, but to do it together with partners in a cluster. Now, the partnership for us is essential because the product itself will not make it. We need to make sure that there are created awareness around the whole thing. We need to involve, and this is maybe something we could think about. We need a little bit more of in the cluster. We need to get the end user in. We need to get wherever the end user are, like homeowners or industrial end users, we need to have the whole user and the one that gets the ultimate benefit involved in the work that we do. So that is maybe a deficit, maybe something we miss in the cluster thinking. Now, we need to think about how to get the products and the solutions and the applications out there, the route to market. This is not something that comes easy, something we need to find ways to get around. Legislation, the benefits, the financial benefits, there's something in it for someone by use of taxation of the bad energy behavior, by use of incentives for the good energy behavior. This needs to be thought into the whole process, and we only do that in partnering. We believe that clustering is the right way to partner. This is a structured way, and we are very committed to clustering. We have companies not competing, but having still the shared interest, because we still all work on the same agenda, on green energy. We co-create. We get a lot of good ideas from small companies in that bigger companies can take one step further, or the opposite, that bigger companies can show good signs and throw in good ideas that smaller companies can pick at and get into and build upon. It is a lean and effective way. It is structured, as I mentioned. Not necessarily so that it needs to be too structured, but it is a structured way to meet, to co-generate, and to co-create. The fact that we have multiple stakeholders like universities into this also gives us a research agenda that is very, very important for us to have in the company like Danfoss, and especially maybe for smaller companies who can maybe not afford to put in that level of research by themselves. So clustering is essential for smaller companies. So it's clear, I think, that for smaller companies there are good benefits in this, but also for us as by far the biggest company in the lean energy cluster, we benefit a lot from the other companies around us, from the academia, from the whole setting around this one here. So it is really a story of lots of benefits. We've been instrumental in the creation of the Lean Energy Cluster. We've provided the funding for the establishment and also quite a big part of the running costs for the Lean Energy Cluster. We are currently holding 2 board positions. The son of the founder of Danfoss, who's currently the chairman of Danfoss, is also chairman of the Lean Energy Cluster, and I'm a board member too. We are running numerous different projects across our businesses, like for instance the district heating controls, intelligent district heating controls. We are running something in the intelligent control for cooling and freezing in supermarkets right now. A lot in the area of smart grids or intelligent energy systems, combined energy systems. and also an example of solar solutions where we, together with other companies also outside of the cluster, has created solutions to the renovation of old houses, for instance, with the roof, kind of a rooftop unit here with Velux rooftop windows, ventilation systems, heat pumps, and all of that to revitalize old buildings and create a perfect energy picture for that. I'm sure that you're going to talk a lot about what the cluster is all about when you meet up in Alger a little later today, so I won't take you through this. Just say that the way we see at Lean Energy Cluster is that we are extremely committed. The funding, the time, and all of that we put into it. But it's all worthwhile because we get so much in return. I think we made it to a 1/4 past.
Perfect.